Adam Silver, according to Shams, informed all the league's general managers yesterday that the NBA plans to make anti-tanking rule changes for next season. On the table as possibilities. Stop me when you love it or absolutely hate it. First-round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date. So you're frozen as of a couple of weeks ago when the Mavs traded Anthony Davis.
I don't hate that one not because I particularly like freezing at a random arbitrary date. The end of season sports in the regular season for every league but the NFL, when you have one team that's completely out of it and they start using this as extended training camp or extended spring training, it's tough to watch. Yeah,
but think of the teams that would then start just manipulating it to be, okay, my odds were frozen in at this section, but we had somebody coming back from injury, or we made a trade a week earlier, and now we've got some stud who are going to be one of the best teams in the conference the rest of the way, and then it's like, oh, you go into the playoffs, you make a deep run, you're in the conference finals, and then all of a sudden also, oh, you're picking third.
No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes.
This is very MLB-ish. MLB does this where they've got, if you go to Tankathon, you'll see like the White Sox and the Giants, teams that have finished in X place for multiple years in a row. You can't pick inside the top 10 in baseball. Or if you're a big market, you don't spend money, you can't pick inside the top 10. I really, really like this.
Still a little, advantage to picking number 5 or 6.
Sure. Yeah, there's an advantage.
We're looking at with the Mavericks.
Yeah, there's an advantage to picking 5th or 6th.
You could tank for that.
It's, obviously, though, you would have to bet on that year being the 5th best player, being the best player in the league.
Well, he doesn't have to be the best player in the league.
Doesn't have to be.
Damn good player.
Yeah, you get a good player. But you're hoping that you hit a year where Luka is picked 5th, right? Or I guess, what was he, 3rd? And then the Mavs had the 5th pick.
Yeah, 3rd.
So you're hoping for something like that.
Teams cannot pick top 4 the year after making the conference finals. Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records.
On the year after making the conference finals, why?
Yeah, like what happened? So when let's just say the Cavaliers, LeBron is with the Cavs.
That's just, you don't want the rich getting richer, I guess, somehow. But
yeah, but with LeBron,
Jordan, you figure they're not going to be in that position anyway,
right? When Jordan and the Bulls broke up after '98, they were terrible in 1999.
Unless they do something like trade one of the biggest superstars in the league to get the number 1 pick.
Right, there you go. So they were, they were terrible in 99. The Cavs are terrible. The Mavs, for crying out loud. The year after they went to the NBA Finals, we saw what happened. So it's like, yeah, there's circumstances there.
That lottery odds that the last one you read allocated based on 2-year records, that I think that blows up in their face. I think some teams go, yeah, we'll take for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
I don't think that stops.
Utah's
with
like, bingo.
Yeah, they're like, cool. We plan on sucking for the next few years anyway.
The
Sure.
Kings have been bad for 30 years.
Lottery extended. This is Adam Silver's possible proposals to fix tanking. Lottery extended to include all play-in teams, and then flatten the odds for all lottery teams.
That fixes it.
Yeah.
That fixes it, but it also creates.
So explain that a little more. Flatten the odds.
So everybody,
it's like 14, 12, 10, 7.
When we do Tankathon and we're doing the little spin, and based on where Dallas is in the standings, it changes how good their odds are.
But then people got upset at that when Team 6 had the same exact chance as Team 2.
Yeah. So the way it works now is the top 3 teams all have a 52% chance of being in the top 4. Okay, and then the next 2 teams have a 45% chance of being in the top 4. Then 37. The Mavs are at 32%. Then it goes 26, 20, 14, and then you get it outside the top 10. In terms of being the number 1 overall pick, the top 5 teams all have a 11.5% chance or better. and the Mavs are at 7.5%. So they would just flatten all those.
Yeah,
numbers.
the 27 and 28 Clippers, the 500 Clippers right now, would have, under this scenario, a 7% chance at the number 1 overall pick. And the Sacramento Kings, who are 12 and 45, the worst team in basketball, they would also have a 7% chance at the pick. And that's where a lot of people would start going, well, this isn't fair. Like, now you've got these teams that are just borderline playoff teams getting the same opportunity to really change the course of their franchise as these teams that are not even trying to tank. They're genuinely awful, like some of them. And so that would be the only thing that would probably be poorly received, but it would fix teams trying to just lose on purpose.
Matt Ishbia, the Suns owner, who has been in the news a lot over the years, directly opposing Mark Cuban the other day, who said, no, embrace the tank. Fans don't care about winning and losing. It's how many fireworks go off in the arena.
Yeah, the family. You were there. They remember who they were with.
Matt Ishbia, tanking is loser behavior done by losers. Losers! Purposely losing is something nobody should want to be associated with. Embarrassing for the league and for the organizations. And the talk about this as a strategy is ridiculous. If you're a bad team, you get a good pick. That makes sense. But purposely shutting down players and purposely losing games is a disgrace and impacts the integrity of the whole league. This is much worse than any prop bet scandal.
Oh, see, now we got somebody else trying to soften. Mark trying to soften tanking. Now Ishbia is trying to go like, betting. Look, throwing games for betting is not that bad.
This is throwing games strategically. Horrible for fans that pay to watch and cheer on their team, and horrible for all the real teams that are competing for playoff spots. Awful behavior that Adam Silver and the NBA need to stop, and I have complete confidence they will. Those of us in a position of influence need to speak out.
That is interesting because it doesn't feel the same, but it is the same. Like leaving the game purposely for a prop bet and trying to lose as an organization.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You can see each other from where you are. Like it's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's Spider-Man pointed the same, but it just one feels dirtier.
Yeah, leaving the game feels dirtier.
It's the same means to a different end. But I mean, you're trying to accomplish different things, but you're ultimately throwing a game.
But I guess you could say, you have an hour before tip-off to know who's active or not.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you can have guys, I guess, healthy scratches, but a lot of times we'll get the star who's officially out.
Yeah, and have we heard anything yet on flat-out throwing games, or has it more been on just props, like somebody's own individual, like
props?
I'm not collecting a rebound that I should, or like you could make an argument that you are throwing games. Like, definitely, you're throwing games more intentionally when you're tanking.
BetOnline asked thousands of fans. They based this on 375,000 tweets, as a matter of fact, how to fix the tanking. Eliminate and restrict draft pick protections led the way, 59,000 votes. Draft/lottery in-season tournament, 48,000. Draft repeat restrictions, consecutive top 4 picks, 44,000. You know what this feels like, though? This feels like we're going to release the alien files right now. We're gonna go to war with another country. A lot of NBA Tolos right now are thinking and writing, yeah, okay, you can fix the tanking. What about the product? And this feels like a little bit of a distraction, intentional or not, towards we don't love the way the game is being played right now.
Yeah.
When everyone is even on the floor.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Tanking is not the league's biggest problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of their product, even if they stop tanking, their product's just not very good. But I mean,
load management is one. Quality of the game, style of play is two.
Which load management feels like strategic nightly selection of tanking.
Yeah.
Like, I will just lose this evening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's...
Or not, yeah.
It's not a broader scale just shutdown of your organization. It's just willing to accept a loss here or there.
And the first goal in that is not we're trying to lose this game.
Yeah.
It's we don't want the guy to get hurt.
Preserve them.
Mm-hmm. So losing the game, I don't think is the number one goal. It's just the inevitable outcome.
I don't know. The solution, and it wasn't listed in Silver stuff here, but I do wonder if there's a couple people being used as test balloons. Because yesterday I see David Aldridge, Stan Van Gundy, and then it's been suggested somewhere else in the last week saying, just get rid of the draft. It's like, is that going to start being what you guys are like going to angle for? Is you get rid of the draft completely?
What are you going to let players sign wherever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you turn it into a free agency.
So the teams that are bad would get more money.
I don't know how they envisioned it. Stan Van Gundy and them didn't like have an argument for it. They said the way you should do this is you should just get rid of the draft, let people sign.
Because if you give the Sacramento Kings,
but yeah, you could do it like allocate, like use it like the Major League Baseball uses
international pool money.
Yeah, the international money.
So the Kings get $50 million for the first pick, or for a player, whereas the team that's 15th gets $15 million.
What if you don't get any additional money? You just
what if you treat
have to buy with what you are?
Well, I think that because then there are some teams that be like, all right, we have
tank the cap.
What if you treated it like posting fees? Like, what if you had teams that it's like, all right, you got to win the posting fee, and then that's money that goes into that college program's NIL?
Ooh, I mean, the players would surely love it because they would stay away from a handful of cities.
They'd stay away from a handful of cities, and college programs would be like, fine, we can lose somebody.
Yeah.
We just got $20 million in NIL money.
So that's Adam Silver sending possible proposals around the NBA to fix the tanking issue.